How's it going, friends? Reckless Yuki here. I hope you guys are all doing well, and in this video I'd like to discuss my top 5 most anticipated games for 2016. And I have to say I'm a lot more excited about 2016 than I was for 2015, and the games coming out this year really have my interest. And this list that I came up with might not necessarily be the games that you're most excited for, so if there's something on this list that I missed out on, definitely let me know in the comments below as far as what you are interested in, because I like to see what kind of games you guys are playing. Now, I most likely looked over the games that you probably are going to mention, but this list I decided to whittle down just to the top 5 to save time in the video, as well as just to kind of make it a top 5 because I'm a full-time college student, so I don't really want to spend all my money on video games, but there are 5 games I'm definitely going to buy regardless of how good or how bad they are for the, I guess, the ratings and how everyone else likes them. These are games that I'm definitely going to pick up and play, and I might incorporate it with my channel depending on how well I think it does. But anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below, and we'll get into it now. So the first game I like to mention, probably my first ever addiction when it comes to games, is Street Fighter V. And so the Street Fighter series, ever since Street Fighter 2 Turbo, when I was, I think, in 2nd grade, I used to go to a neighbor kid's house to play because he had a Sega Genesis and I was kind of stuck with a regular Nintendo at the time. I'd say, like, I went over to his house and I always watched them play this game. I was never really able to play, and every time I got a chance to, I always got my butt kicked. But I was just always so fascinated by this game because the characters and the animation look so fluid and almost like, as real life as it could get back in that time period, where I was just so mesmerized by this fighting game, and you could do specials and attack, and I thought it was just the coolest thing ever, to the point where once I finally got a job where I could afford a system of my own to purchase these games to play on, I practiced that game non-stop as if there was nothing. I remember sitting there for hours practicing half circles and punches with Ryu, just trying to make sure I got the timing down, and I did that with all the moves of every character just to try to learn. Now, it was definitely not near any sort of pro circuit level, but that was also back then before like YouTube came about, so I didn't know if I was good or not. All I knew was I was better than all the neighbor kids. And when I went to my teenage years, me and my buddy Dex, we used to go down to the local arcade and play Street Fighter Alpha 2 at the local machine. And we were usually the top 2 guys. Like, there would be some days I would kick the crap out of Dex, and then Dex would kick the crap out of me. And I was always picking Ryu. He was always picking Ken. And it was basically just like this epic battle every time we went to the arcade. Absolutely phenomenal. And like, just because like of that, like, I love that game, I love the series, and that's why I'm really excited for this game. Now, I haven't played any of the betas yet. I know that the Street Fighter V betas have come out, and a lot of people are positive about it. A lot of people are not necessarily positive about it. It's kind of a mixed bag. But I have to say that I wasn't really that into Street Fighter 4. I bought it, I tried to play it, but I just never got that hooked into it. And I was talking to Dex, my childhood friend, and he told me that he's super pumped for Street Fighter V, and he absolutely loves it. He kind of is on the same boat with me when it comes to Street Fighter 4. So if he says that he's really stoked for Street Fighter V, then I'm also really stoked for it, and I can't wait to pick it up and play and basically just do battles with him. Probably do some videos with him on the channel here, just kind of doing some like live battles, live gameplays to see who's going to win. Now, I'm not a pro, I'm definitely far from pro, and he's definitely been out of practice too, so this will be also interesting to see how we develop. It'll be like Ryu and Ken as kids, like going back through the school and studying, and then like, kind of becoming masters again. So that's kind of the idea for the series, and that's why I'm excited for Street Fighter V. And then the next game that I have to say I'm really excited for is Star Fox Zero is what it's called. I believe it's called Star Fox Zero for the Wii U, and if it's going to be for the Wii U or if they're going to change it and make it for the next Nintendo system, who knows. But that's a game I'm also really excited for, and that's also kind of hitting on another nostalgia factor from when I was a kid. I'm not sure if any of you guys ever watched this movie from the 80s called The Last Starfighter. Well, The Last Starfighter was basically a kid who lived in a trailer park. They had an arcade machine called The Last Starfighter, and this kid was super good at the game until eventually he got the super high score. Well, that night when he broke the high score, aliens came from outer space to recruit him for some sort of federation to fight some sort of evil monster. And what that game was like a recruiting tool to see who's the best pilots out in the galaxy, and they would use it to recruit pilots to come to fight the evil empire and all this. And I thought that was the coolest thing when I was like 7. I mean, I was born after the movie came out, but that's when I saw it and kind of had a good memory. So when I was about 12, when I got the Nintendo 64, I bought Star Fox 64, and I played the crap out of that game. I was so fixated on that game and trying to do so well where like my imagination will run kind of wild, where I'll think that if I do so well at Star Fox, Fox McCloud would come from the sky to pick me up and go fight the evil Andross. And I remember like I played the crap out of the game. I unlocked everything, and you know, I just spent so much time with that game. And that's why I'm really excited about this new one, because I think they spent a lot of time to try to kind of hit on the success of Star Fox 64, because Star Fox Adventure sucked. At least I hated it. And then they released the second Star Fox for the GameCube, which didn't really get a whole lot of momentum, but I played it, I have it, I picked it up, and it's fun. But I want to kind of play a new Star Fox with updated Wii U graphics, and you know, it'll definitely be a fun experience. I'm kind of excited to see how they're going to incorporate the gamepad with the system. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to share that on the channel, because Nintendo is kind of Nazis when it comes to their game content and sharing it with you guys. But I'll see how it plays out. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'll probably might try to stream it on Twitch if I even get around to streaming things on Twitch, but who knows how I'm going to share it with you guys. But let me know what you think about that in the comments. Now, the next game that I have to say I'm pretty excited for would be Black Desert. Now, I'm not really much for MMORPGs, like not really at all. I remember back in 2008, I used to play World of Warcraft for maybe about a month or two, because I was in the Navy and we had to rotate our sleep schedule. And there was this one where you're rotating from like nights to days, basically. And so you have to stay up all night and then all day to adjust your sleep schedule. So when you were trying to do that, it was kind of limited of what you could do at night. So me and a group of friends started picking up WoW just to play it. And I mean, I played it for, I think, like good solid 2 months. I think I picked a troll character, got him up to level 45. And after that, I just got really bored of the game and just stopped playing. So like, I think I just got really tired of like that turn-based aspect of it. Like, I thought the lore was kind of cool, and the fact you could explore this massive world and build up your character, like those things were all really cool to me. But just the gameplay and the visuals of the game itself was really lacking, to the point where like I wasn't really that interested in the game, and I just got bored. If it doesn't hold my interest, I'll definitely get bored and stop playing. Where this new game called Black Desert that's coming from South Korea, it's a more of a live action hack and slash MMORPG. So it has all the aspects of MMORPGs. It absolutely looks gorgeous. Like, it looks really good, and I can't wait to put it on my system to see how well I'm able to run it and bump up the visual effects to upload to YouTube to kind of show you guys. And also just the fact that it looks like it requires skill in order to like basically attack and evade enemies. And there's farming aspects of it. You can like have your own house, you have your own like little areas, you could join clans. Like, it's very interactive, and when you go to missions, from what I saw from videos, it's not like you're just sitting there and reading like bubbles of text to try to, you know, get into the game. They actually have cutscenes where they explain things to you, so it makes it a lot more immersive. At least I think it will probably be more immersive, so I'm really excited about that. That's coming out supposedly within the first quarter here in 2016 for the US. It's already out in Korea, and if I wanted to, I could create a Korean account and log into the game and play it. But I figure I'll just wait for the official US release and then start playing it to see how well I like it. So that's going to be like my number 3 out of the 5 as far as the games that I'm really interested in. Now, the next game I think is going to be absolutely awesome. I have a lot of high hopes for this game. It's called Eve Valkyrie. And the real cool thing about this is that it's supposed to be built for the Oculus Rift. Now, even though the Oculus Rift is ridiculously expensive at $600, at least I think so, this game has me really wanting an Oculus Rift. Now, before this game, or before I saw it, I was kind of looking at some of the things that the dev kits were doing and what people were playing, and it just seemed really gimmicky to me, where I didn't really want to get an Oculus Rift because I felt that it was just going to be something stupid like 3D glasses for playing games, or even like, I don't know, like that old Game Boy system that I never got as a kid. I think this will be really cool, because as I was seeing the gameplay and kind of visualizing what it'll be like to have the actual like like a headset on to kind of see, and as you move your head around the cockpit, you could like see things, and you're just sitting here at your desk stationary with your controls. And so, I mean, here's the main screen and you're looking forward, but then as you're kind of going about, you're looking around, and you actually like are looking around the cockpit. So as you're going through dogfights, you're no crap having to sit at the cockpit and looking around and maneuver your craft to go fight and fire and like do all that like aerial dogfight stuff. So I mean, it looks really cool to me. I think it'll be something that would be a lot of fun, and I'm kind of really excited for that, because if that works really well, I could only imagine that other type of games that would be similar would also work well. Like racing games would be a lot more like just be a better experience. You don't need to spend like thousands of dollars on those stupid cockpits. You just basically have a VR headset with your steering wheel, and it's basically the best like kind of cockpit you could have as far as for home use. So that's another really kind of exciting thing another thing that I'm really excited for when it comes to these VR headsets, because of this game, Valkyrie. So I'll most likely pick up the game. I'm not sure if it's required you to have the headset or not, but it's just opening up possibilities for me as far as playing games, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. Now, the final game that I'm going to have to say I'm absolutely going to have to buy, if it even comes out this year, that's going to be The Legend of Zelda for the Wii U. Supposedly for the Wii U. There's not very much information as far as what I could find. I mean, there's rumors and stuff of people speculating of how well it's going to be, what it's going to be for, but it actually looks like a really interesting game. The fact that it's like finally an updated like console, like an updated Nintendo title for the Nintendo Wii U. I had this stupid system for the past, I don't know, like however long it was out for, and like the first good game that they come out that I was interested in was Smash Brothers. But I'm not really that much into Smash Brothers. I really like Street Fighter a lot more than Smash Brothers. But now that they have Star Fox, which was my favorite game for the N64, they're coming out with The Legend of Zelda, which the Ocarina of Time was my absolute favorite game for the N64. I remember I used to spend hours in that game. Like I already beat everything, got everything unlocked, had everything, but I'll just spend hours exploring Hyrule within that game. And to me, in that game as a kid, it was just like, it was so expansive. I was thinking like, wow, this is a whole entire world to explore, where nowadays it's like considered really dinky and small. There's not much to it. But as a kid, it was just so expansive. So with this new one, I was told that if you see a mountain from afar, you can go to that mountaintop. You can go there, like you are not restricted in any way. So that seems really cool, but I'm not sure how well that's going to be implemented with the, I guess the system of the Wii U. I'm kind of hoping they hold out on the next system and just make it better, but I really don't know if I want to get the next Nintendo system. But anyways, that's my top 5 games for 2016, and basically a run through why I'm excited for those. Sorry for the bit of rambling and a little bit of stuttering. I just wanted to get through with the thoughts as far as try to get them out to you guys to let you guys know why I'm excited, and let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Once again, I definitely want to get some feedback from you guys and see if there's any games I probably overlooked. Most likely not, because I spent a good amount of time trying to come up with this list. So let me know once again, and thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys again in the next video. All right, bye-bye.